Control Alt No Man's Sky. Virtual reality. SS April PVD.
And Grand Haggis, you wake up on the planet.
I am on that planet. And I just love this game. And I hope you will feel the same. Hello and welcome to Control Alt WoW No Man's Sky. Today is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, and this is episode 860 entitled, It's a Dirty Job, but Someone's Got to Do It. And today we're going to be talking with Grand Nagus. I'm April PVD, and with me is Grand Nagus.
Hi. How are you doing? Hello.
I'm just playing a little music to go with this week's episode. That's the theme song from Sanford and Son. And Big G. Hey, Big G. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Hope I don't get in trouble for playing that. This week, lots to do in No Man's Sky. Did you play any No Man's Sky, Grand Nagus?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do you want to start first with what you've been doing?
You go first. I'm going to compile my
All right.
my
So,
notes
of course,
first.
as you can tell from the theme song from Sanford and Son, I'm still doing the expedition-oriented quest line. And I'm loving it. Wednesday, I finished the expedition on all of my characters, on April, Sebastian, and Aprillian. And it was fun. It was challenging. There's been so much whining on Facebook about how some people didn't like it, and I keep putting in well, you could ask for your money back. Because it was a free update. And I did some of it on the flat screen, and you can see in the show notes I put a picture of me with doing some on the flat screen. It's interesting, and there are some advantages to doing it on the flat screen because you can see the load, but I still love doing it on in VR. So on Thursday, I took April PVD back to the planet from the expedition, and I thought that it would I would have more stuff to do, and I don't know, I didn't really enjoy being on that planet, and it didn't have it was kind of weird because when I went back to the plants, they didn't have any waste on it. So I went looking for other planets, and I started collecting stuff. I wanted the furnace chassis module, and I put a description in the show notes. And further down, I did put the picture in the show notes that shows all the things you get as you process stuff in your regular save, as opposed to what you get from the actual from the expedition. And as you can see from the pictures, it's really immersive when I am in the VR and doing the pickup. So one of the things that I did this week in regards to VR, I had this Bobo strap, and there's a picture in the show notes of the Bobo strap on the right, and I got a new head strap. So, the Quest 3 itself has just an elastic strap. So the whole idea is you get the headset, but then you buy your own head strap to hold the headset, to personalize it to how you want it. And for several years, ever since when I had the Quest 2, I had the Bobo head strap. And I'm not sure if, and I guess I should put a picture in the show notes about my the pressure it was having on my head. And there were these two little circular things. And I just wanted to experiment to see if it's going to make a difference if I try a different head strap without the two pressure points that the Bobo VR headset was giving. So I got another one from Amazon. And the only problem is the Bobo has interchangeable batteries, and you can buy backup batteries for it. But the backup, the headset that I just got does not let you buy any backup batteries for it. So that's a pain. It takes 4 hours to charge. And even though in the description it said that it would last up to 4 hours, it only lasts about 2.5 hours for me. So it's one thing I can do is plug it into one of the backup batteries from the Bobo to get more power so I can keep playing. So I'm working it out. But yeah, I'm going to see if maybe I'm starting to let my hair grow back in, and I'm going to see if maybe I won't have those bald spots that I was having, because it was in the same spots. Well, we'll see what happens. In the next couple of weeks, we'll see if this other headset prevents those. Otherwise, if it doesn't, then I'm going to go back to my Bobo VR because I really like having the interchangeable batteries. It's not... So I can still plug it into the backup batteries with a cable, and it doesn't hurt me in No Man's Sky because I always stand in the same place. But when I'm playing other games like Zenith and Medieval Dynasty, I'm moving around a lot, and Legendary Tales. So right now, being leashed isn't such a big deal because when you're in No Man's Sky, you're just using the multi-tools to do everything, or you're driving and you're just standing there. So, but like Medieval Dynasty, I would be swinging an axe, and with Zenith, I have my swords and my bow and arrow, so I'm moving around more. But we'll see what happens. So anyways, I got on an Aprillian, and after you do the expedition, it's really interesting what happens with your different characters, because on some of my characters, on April PVD, she had gotten further along in the storyline. And as you go through the storyline and you like hire your different people at your bases, you get plans for stuff. Like you hire construction, you hire scientists, you hire a weaponsmith, and you get plans for stuff that you can also get at the Anomaly and buy with salvage data. So, you know, Aprillian found out she needed to go and buy the Geo Bay for the... I mean, everybody had to end up going to buy the Geo Bay and then buy some more techs for the Colossus. It's confusing because, you know, you have to make sure that the tech that you get is for the Colossus as opposed to for some of the other exocraft. But it's not that expensive, and it's all in, when you're buying the tech, it's nanites. When you're buying the blueprint for the Geo Bay, it's you end up spending roughly about 20 to 30 salvage data. So as long as you have that on hand, you're okay. Some of the tech I brought back from the expedition. I don't know if people are doing that. Did you bring back any of your tech from the expedition?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep,
so,
I did.
But you have to get the exocraft tech before you get into your ship and leave the planet. The one thing I forgot to do was get the coil from the multi-tool. And I think on Aprillian, I went around and I bought the plans from the Anomaly, and I built, you got to get a Gravitino ball, but I think everybody's growing Gravitino balls on their freighter, so it was okay. But after I went through all that, you know what I remembered? You can just copy your multi-tool from the Expedition console for a few nanites, and then you can remove the tech from there and just put it in your other multi-tools. So anyway, so Aprillian tried to find, try to do the waste. What is it called? There's a specific name to it. Oh, industrial cleanup on her planet, but there were no processing plants or heaps. So what she ended up doing was April PVD had found a planet that had everything she needed. So she went to her planet. Once you join somebody else's planet, then you can put down a base and then come back in your solo save. And so I spent a couple of days putting a base near a processing plant. April PVD would put it down. Aprillian would join her, and we went back and forth on that. Now it was really funny because there was some complications, because when you have to go back to your main save. You can't, for some reason, you can't pull out your Colossus on somebody else's main save. I'm going to figure out that if that's the case, but I ended up just going back to putting down the base, going back to my main save, and then teleporting back to April PVD's planet. So I then started doing that for everybody, but I ended up doing it. So then Aprillian would be on April PVD's planet with her series of, I think she had 3 plants, 3 heaps, and all in this nice little area where they could fly back and forth to find them. And the first thing you have to do is, when you get to any plant, there's like a series of waste at each plant that you can start to put in the grinder. These are plain waste, so they're not points towards the more advanced things, but you should at least get them, put them in the grinder, and then go off to the heaps and then drive back. Now, the driving back, of course, from we learned from the expedition, is the hard part. That's when things slide and stuff. So I ended up spending some time. I saw a post about people building roads between their plants and their waste heaps.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
So I did it. It takes some time. It's like you build floors. So if you look at,
I know.
Yeah, so I built on several different plants and heaps on April PVD's planet. I built roads and bridges across, and it works. So once you get, you have to drive up to it, drive over, and it just saves a lot of time. It takes some work. And then the only thing I encountered was a couple of times when Aprillian was driving on April PVD's road, she would sometimes fall through. I don't know what that was about, but I found out if I speed up and I could get through it, and it was great. Saturday,
Something I want. Excuse me. Sorry that I'm interrupting you.
No, you
Before
please interrupt.
Before I forget it, with regards to falling through, I've been experiencing something, and I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
That is, when I try to walk into a building, there are those ramps leading up to the doors, right?
Right.
I cannot anymore. I cannot walk up those ramps. I have to walk through the ramps on the ground and then jump into the building.
Have you tried deleting and rebuilding it?
No, it's not. It's one of the buildings in the game that like enemy buildings or whatnot.
Oh, I don't know. That's weird. Yes.
And it's happening constantly to me now. And for like the better part of a week now. So it's not a reload and fix bug issue. It's something that's continuously happening now.
Oh wow, that sucks.
Yep. Especially if you fight sentinels.
Right. So like if you're at like a building just anywhere on the planet, not your building, you're going through the ramp. Okay, that's weird. I don't know.
Yep.
I'll look into that. So on Sunday, I ended up getting early because I wanted to see if some of my waste would respawn, and I'm noticing some of my heaps aren't respawning. Not responding, respawning. And yeah, I think it's, I don't know. I will check I will let you know next week if they ever respawn. I know they did respawn on the expedition, but some of my heaps weren't respawning, which kind of frustrated me because I had made the bridges to the plant, but they're still good for my other characters. They show up for my other characters. So, my biggest motivation for Sunday was for April PVD to get to 200, waste products that she had processed so she could get the grinding mechanism on her truck. And she finally got it. But
very nice.
Yeah, but it doesn't count for the special waste. So you still have to go out and get special waste, and you still have to pull out your geobay to change, from the grinder to the pickup truck to pick up the special waste. So because you get different things for doing the special waste. You get different tires and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been putting bases at plants and bases and teleporters at the plants, but just bases at the heap, because you're not going to really be teleporting from the heap to anywhere. But you are going to be teleporting from the plant back to the heap, if that makes sense. And I just want to remind everybody to make sure you bring back your paraffin from your expedition, because you're going to need that to create your geobay, and you're going to need to keep your geobay to whenever you want to respawn your geobay. But there are many ways to make paraffin if you have the dual refinery in your backpack. So there's a bunch of different ways to make paraffin. I had a problem too with the tech, and I have to stop hoarding, because when I came back from the expedition on each of my characters, the initial ship they had was in the anomaly, that you would transfer the stuff from the anomaly console from the expedition, was full because because prior to the expedition, I was busy loading up with stuff that I thought I would be taking with me on the expedition, not knowing that I didn't need anything on the expedition. So I came back to get especially all the tech for the Colossus. And what I should have done was just bring in a fresh ship with nothing on it. But I was so anxious to, get my stuff from the expedition, from the console. So I ended up filling up the first ship that I had with me and then bringing in another ship to bring the rest of the stuff. And then that started being crazy because now I had to remember, which ship did I put all that stuff on? Because, you needed to have your but you needed all that stuff back. And then once you did get your Colossus, you had all that really cool tech, like all the wheel stuff, you had all the engine stuff because you went from, the regular ones to the better class stuff. And you need your, the radar amplifiers so that you could find the stuff, the heaps and the plants. So I went through a bunch of stuff again with April to get all the materials to make the coil, the graviton coil, and I forgot that I could have just made a copy of the multi-tool. But anyways, you live and you learn. So
Oh yeah.
I'm just having fun going through each of the different characters and bringing them over to April PVD's planet. It's called Blueberry Hill. And then after I got them over to where all the different places that April PVD had, made up. She made 3 different plants. She put bases at 3 different plants and 3 different heats, and they each went there, got the stuff. They're still trying to get up to the point where they get all the rewards from this particular quest line, and used April PVD's bridges. I got there with Sebastian, and Sebastian ended up, first of all, when I summoned Sebastian into April PVD's world, he ended up getting the quest on a different planet, but because there's a bunch of different planets in that system. But the really nice thing about Blueberry Hill, which April PVD started, there are no sentinels on that planet, which makes a big difference. I don't know.
Yeah, we always like that.
Yes, because it's very rare for you to find the waste. And one of the ways you can find, I've been jumping from different systems to try to find how do you find out whether or not a planet has a waste products? And it seems like it's where there's salvageable
yes, salvageable scrap. Yeah,
scrap.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. Yep, exactly. That's the indication.
Right. But it's very rare that there's a planet with salvageable scrap and no sentinel. So that's nice. Yep. But she's found another one that does have. It's a barren planet, which means it's probably going to be flatter. But we're.
Oh, don't count on that. I was on a barren planet the other day. That was anything but flat. It was like hill after hill after mountain, the deepest of deep valleys I've ever seen in the game, I think. So don't count on that.
So on Monday, I spent most of the day with April, getting her the things she needed to be able to do the quest line. Then I jumped on April PVD for a little while because even though she made the road, it's up in the air and it's wide enough to drive down between the heap and the plant. But I wanted to go to the anomaly and buy the blueprints for a low wall so that I could put a low wall along the side of it and I won't have to worry about them running off. And so I did that on April PVD and it's very relaxing. I'm also listening to an audiobook. And the audiobook I'm listening to now is it's called Artemis. And it's by the same people, the same author that did Project Male Harry and The Martian. But it's about living on the moon. And it's kind of nice to be driving my ship around on these other my waste truck around these other planets and listening to this, what it's like to live on the moon. So on Tuesday...
I can't remember what it's called. It's 1999. The British sci-fi series.
Yeah.
Remember that with the moon base?
Yes, with Barbara Bain and Martin
exactly.
Landau. Yes.
Yep.
So I flew around with the Aprillian to find other planets with waste today. And, I found a few. But then I ended up back on... Well, Aprillian had found a really nice planet that has sentinels, but the bases were closer together. And then... My final thing was today I took Sebastian to April PVD's planet. And even though like I said, he was directed to a different planet because he was on, because he had put the coil in his multi-tool. I think that's what starts the whole quest. Once you put the graviton coil in your multi-tool, you're going to get that quest to go and try it out. And then go through the other steps. But he ended up... I took him back to Blueberry Hill, which is April PVD's planet. And he must have ended up on the other side. Because all of a sudden, he's finding all these... the first thing I do is put down the geobay. Once you do get the coil, in the graviton coil... Then you get the quest to go to a plant and throw in one piece of trash, and you get the blueprint for the flatbed, so you can load up stuff on your Colossus, and then you get the you throw in a few more stuff, and every plant has a few stuff laying around from the first time you get there. So make sure every time you go to a new plant, you throw that stuff in. Well, after he went to the one with April PVD because we had joined games together, and then he went back to the same planet on his own, he ended up finding a whole bunch of heaps and plants. So what I started doing so that I could keep track of the ones that he had gone to that my other characters hadn't gone to is I started putting in the coordinates of the space coord the minus the latitudes and longitude into the name of the base so that we could keep track of that, so that April and my other characters can come back. I'm finding it really relaxing. He finally did enough so that he could get the wider chassis And I really like it. I know that some people are complaining about it. It's somebody asked what is the purpose of doing it, and I'm like, "Oh, you're cleaning up a planet or just having fun." And that's what I've been doing for my whole week. Just totally obsessed with doing get all the features. I want to get the wheels. Once you get 200 waste process, and that's total, that includes the regular waste and the toxic, radioactive, and what's the other one? Toxic, radioactive, and explosive waste. You get the furnace chassis, which lets you burn stuff on the road. You also get you can get better treads from scrapping radioactive, and each one for 50. And yeah, I'm having fun, and I'm loving being in my truck. I changed the view on my stream so that it's just the back of my head, and I feel like it makes it look like I'm really there on these planets. And the other thing I've been doing, I did go into Zenith last Saturday and do the cosmetic craze, and that was a lot of fun. And that's been my week. I'm really enjoying No Man's Sky. And I've even been, while we're recording now, because, we always like to play while we record. And I've been on Sebastian, and he's been just, I'm not actually going to do any driving until I get back into VR. But he's just been going to plants, putting down a base, pulling out the Colossus, activating the radar, going to the next heap, putting down a base, and just I'm loving it. And that's been my week in No Man's Sky. What have you been doing in No Man's Sky?
I have been so what I finally found the autophage.
Oh, congratulations.
Properly. Thank you. Yeah, it was I was looking forward to that so much, and I finally stumbled on them, so it was
It's
good.
interesting because, once you do it, you can't really remember what triggered it, but something triggered it, and there you are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just as what is it? It's almost like you had a memory wipe. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I really love the story of the autophage. It's really cool. Now I'm trying to hunt for a proper staff. I've watched this video that I linked in the show notes. How to find your autophage module and finding the staff with the right color and the right class and whatnot. So if you're interested in that, it's from 2023, but it's probably still.
That's one of the things I love about this game. Even though the stuff is from years ago, you can still find it and it's still applicable. And there's so much resources out there.
Yeah. So now I'm well, not now, but I'm still playing through the story, and really looking forward to seeing more of it. And, then eventually, I'm going to get a autophage settlement And then, yeah. What else have I been doing? I have been cataloging fauna, planets, with the fauna on planets, and getting the bonus nanites from completing all the cataloging on one planet. So for the people that don't know, flora and minerals aren't as important, quote unquote, as fauna is. Where fauna, you get a bonus when you upload a complete set of data from a planet. You get a bonus nanite payout depending upon how many animals there is in the data set. And but again, you have to find all of the animals. And yes, people say that what if I find a planet that only has one animal? Isn't that cheating? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Right.
It's easy to complete, obviously, but the bonus amount of nanites you get is going to be way lower. So if it's a give and take. So if you're after the milestones for the planetary completion, then it doesn't matter. Then you just find. I think it ends at 10, I believe. Planets with only one species on it, fauna. Scan that and you're done. If you want the bonus nanites, you need more. So the more the merrier. I believe I had just shy of 2,000 as my highest payout for bonus nanites, if I remember correctly, and as low as 150 for one animal planet. I have a total of 5 at the moment, so I'm halfway through the milestone collection, and you get a milestone per planet. So don't think you get one for 1 and then for 2 and then for 5 and then for 10. No, you get one for each planet that you finish. You get a milestone. So that gives you the payout on the anomaly as well for the NPC where you go and turn in the milestone data.
Now, have you done any scanning on your Colossus?
Yes.
So I'm slightly jealous because I can't figure out how to do it in VR. I can do it on the flat screen. You know, you press F while you're in your Colossus, and then you left click. But I haven't figured out how to do it in VR, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Because
can you scan outside of your Colossus?
Yes, and you scan by holding your controller to your head, and then pressing the button. But you can't.
Isn't that the same key though?
No, because when you're in your Colossus and you hold your controller to your head, nothing happens. So I got to figure it out. I know, and in the instructions it says hold your left. When you look at it,
But you can. Sorry, but can't you remap the keybind?
Maybe that's what I have to do. I will try that, and I'll let you know when
because I did that with the booster for the exocraft. I didn't feel comfortable with. I can't even remember what the
keybind was.
old
Yeah.
keybind was. I re changed it to my mouse button 4
Okay.
to for the booster, and that's way more because that's my the finger that I use for the left click as well. So I just go one over, and it's so comfortable to do that. So it's yeah. So you should just go in and see if you can rebind the hotkey for it. That should.
Okay, I will. I'll let you know.
Okay. Then I finally. Oh yeah. One more thing. Is I started watching No Man's Sky Twitch channels in light of the drops, the Twitch drops. I continued. I've continued to watch them. And it's really nice to see the people that play. Obviously, not as many viewers because it's not that big of a game, but it's still most of the communities are really nice. Currently, I'm going to shout her out. I'm watching Lumen Aries Blackstar. I put the link to her Twitch channel in the show notes if you want to see it. She's British, so she is on European time. I really liked the atmosphere of many of them, and for me it's perfect when I have someone I can watch during the day here. So yeah, there are of bunch others of obviously, but
You
this is
like
the
her,
one that
yeah.
it's just again it's just nice that you have people that, and I don't want to say I don't like people there, but I've always shied away from German language streams because gaming for me is so much intertwined with the English language for me
Right.
that I almost hate playing with settings to German. It just doesn't work for me. So and then having to watch something that yeah, I don't it doesn't feel right to me. Let's put it that way. So I don't care about that. And it's not anything to do with I don't like the individuals that play or stream or whatnot. It's just not for me. Yeah, so I've watched. Oh yeah, one more thing. Lumen was had help from her community, and that's what after I think 5-10 minutes when I first watched her, she talked about her community helping her with creating with building her her Corvette. So I'm still working on my Corvette. I've been changing around the and optimizing the stuff, the tech in it. And eventually I'm going to get to building my own properly, but I just have to probably watch a couple of more videos and see how the whole construction works. There's one video I watched a while back with an open concept Corvette. And then there is the one where you go by the outside look of it. So if you could combine both, that would be ideal. But for now, my my trash can is B class, and I need to eventually upgrade it to get more slots, more tech slots.
Right.
And then I can add more items. I don't know do you know how many tech slots is max for the Corvette?
I believe it's 40. But there's a trick.
Oh. Because 40 items is not much if you consider you have to put all the tech in and you have to put all the individual building modules in there.
Okay, but your building modules won't count towards tech slots after a while. You can still add more. You have 100, because you have 100 building module limit. So they can't count towards all the tech slots.
Okay.
And one of the ways that I managed to get some new tech slots was by adding a something in, like a new landing gear, saving, and then going back in and deleting that landing gear. I think I moved some tech around. You move the landing gear to another spot, swapping out another tech spot. Then once you delete that tech spot stays there, if that makes sense. Because I don't think the tech spots all, I think once you add a few more hubs and stuff, it won't take up tech spots because you can do 100 pieces to a Corvette.
Okay.
So try it next time and then let me know what happens, and then maybe I'll show you what I do. And I can,
yeah, okay.
or maybe next time I'm streaming, I'll show you. Yeah, I'll do that. Next time I'm streaming, I'll show you how I add tech slots without having to pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. I have another question now that we're talking about parts, building parts. What determines the building parts rarity? So B class, C, S. If I have I have here installed, I have a Thunderbird class cockpit.
Right.
That's a C class. I have a Ambassador class hub. That's B class. I have Zenith class reactor. That's A class. Are there any higher classed equivalents?
Yes, if you go into where it tells you to trade stuff, how you can, and look through that whole routine, and it'll show you all the stuff that you can trade to upgrade is the better class. If that makes sense. So then you go out to your salvage, you get out and salvage stuff, and then you come back and you can trade whatever you salvaged for the higher class stuff.
Okay, so let's just say I have a C class cockpit and I have a C class, I don't know what, like 2 or 3 items that are C class, and I put them into the trading thing.
Right.
And
Well, first you have to
will it,
select the upper class stuff. So like the ambassador.
yeah, I
Okay.
get that. Uh, will it let me jump from C to S, or do I have to go through C class will only let me get the B
I
class?
don't know. It seems
Okay,
to be
okay.
random because sometimes I'll put in something that I think is lower class and it'll accept it. And it's just, I don't even know. But that's a good question, and we should experiment with that next time we are.
Yeah, because I traded in I can't remember what, and I wanted ambassador, and I got ambassador. But all 3 that I have ambassador class hubs, they're all B class, regardless.
Right.
So it's
So is there an S
yeah.
class hab? I don't know. We should look into that. That's a good
Do you
question.
have one? Do
Do I
you
have
have
an S class? I don't know. I'll look through my stuff and I'll let you
Yeah.
know next time
Okay,
for
good.
next week.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Cool.
right.
Yeah. So because I would assume that the higher the class is, the better stats they have.
Right.
Yeah. So it makes sense to pursue the higher class items. The same with the Infinite platform. Obviously Infinite platform, you need that on your Corvette as well, but mine is quote unquote only an A class,
Right.
so needs to be. And that's the thing. The Infinite platform on the Corvette
Right.
is one thing, but the weapon installed is just the normal weapon. So for people that don't understand what I'm talking about, if you go into your normal starship and you create your Infinite accelerator weapon, that's it. That's the item that you fight with, that's being installed into your starship. If you want an Infinite or any other weapon in your on your Corvette, you need to have a platform that basically is the weapon.
Right.
It's not enough to install the tech into your technology. You have to have the platform to make it usable on your Corvette. So there's an extra step to that. Same with any other gun or phase beam or whatnot. I don't know if you can have multiple, because I have two phase beam arrays. The question is that even do I even need to have two?
Right.
Is
Is it some
the weapon?
advantage to having
Yeah,
it? Right.
yeah. Other than optical, when you have like one on the left and one on the right, well, so like, do you really need two to have? Do you get double the amount of firepower out of it? That's basically what my question is. So yeah. Anyway, those are like the issues that I'm working with at the moment before I'm starting to build the thing I want, answers to those questions, so I know what I can do and what
Right.
I have to work towards. because nothing would be worse than to build something that you like and then having to tear it apart because half of it was done wrong. So yeah,
But it's still fun either way.
it is. Of course, it is. So yeah, and you can only have one Corvette at the moment, so it doesn't matter whether you
What do you
upgrade
mean?
it completely.
You can have more than one.
You can have more than one Corvette.
Yeah, I have like 3 on April PVD.
Okay, huh? I thought you only can have one, but good. Okay.
Yeah, you can have as many. You can't. The only problem is you can't store any.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay.
does take up.
Okay. Good.
Oh,
So
that's
it takes the six starships.
8.
You only want 5 because you want to be able to swap out to a starship, and you want.
Right. Well, you can store a starship on your freighter, but you can't store a Corvette.
You can't access it because you can only have 6 active at the same time, right?
You can only have 8 active and
8.
22
Okay,
in
so 8.
storage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 7 because one. If you don't have a starship active, you cannot swap it out. That's what I'm saying. Because you said you cannot store a Corvette.
Right.
Meaning if you have 8 Corvettes,
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right.
that's,
Yeah. You can.
yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah,
Okay.
okay, good. Just so we get the way right that it's, okay, good. What else did I do? I went and, yeah, as I said, I did all the stuff with the autophage. I did all the planetary stuff, and oh yeah, my settlement. No, not the settlement. The base. My base. I went through the base quest now. I haven't quite finished it yet, but I went through it and hired all the people. Not well, the people so far. And then to get all the blueprints and whatnot, made my garden, my and all that stuff. So I wonder what's going to be next. I think I have five guys standing around at my base at the moment,
Right.
4 or 5.
So your scientist, your weaponsmith.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, quite hilarious. Some of them, others are sad. Quite a sad thing, but yeah. And stories are really cool. I really like it. Yeah. So but I think that's pretty much it. Let me quickly see if I forgot something. Oh yeah, as I said, I want to have a autophage settlement eventually. But what I need to do now is hunt for another paradise planet, and then because in the video that I linked, I think it was that one. The person said that every single planet that is eligible to have to support life-ish has a settlement for autophage. It's just about finding it.
Oh, it doesn't have to be a dissonant planet?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, yeah, at least that's what I remember. So I want a maybe I'm misremembering, but I want I want a paradise planet if possible. I have one settlement on the paradise planet, and one on my toxic homeworld. But yeah, but I still haven't found the right kind of paradise planet yet. The one that I have my second settlement on is okay. Yeah, but it's still not the perfect one. I'm in orbit around one currently, but that's one no. So I have to go hunt for more, and there are billions and billions of planets in this game, literally. So I'm bound to find the right one eventually, maybe. Yeah, and that's basically been it for me.
Awesome. All right. All right. Well, you can write us at controlaltwow@gmail.com. Let us know if you want to join No Man's Sky, because we'd love to play with you. It is a really fascinating game. Is it? I think it's no longer on sale right now, but keep an eye out, follow us, and keep playing, because video games are a lot of fun. So this has been April PVD, and thank you for joining us, Big G.
Thank you for having me.
And
this has been Grand Negus. Role of acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Technology recharge.